What's going on, family? Dublin Son here, and welcome to a quick review of Century: Age of Ash. This is a pretty game. I watched Combat play it, and I had to try it, so I jumped over to Steam, and if you go right now, you could jump into its open beta. But let's get started with this review. Alright, let's talk about the game's graphics first and foremost. It is undeniably a beautiful game. The dragons look great, the animations look great, the landscape looks... well, I mean, you fly by the landscape at breakneck speed, so it looks blurry most of the time. But I'm sure it's fantastic if you ever have a chance to stop and admire it. I mean, you won't. If you did that, you'd be killed. But if you could, I'm sure it'd be great. Now, for the controls, for me, the default control settings are a dumpster fire. They are absolute garbage. They go against every natural instinct I have as a PC gamer. W doesn't make you go forward, it makes you look to the right. When I hit shift to go faster, like hold shift to sprint in every PC game, nope. Shift key is your brake. It slows you down. I held spacebar to help me gain some altitude. That makes you go faster. They want you to use the arrow keys to go up, down, left, and right. The arrow keys of all things. The control setup feels like it was put together by console players who wanted revenge on the PC Master Race. Lucky for us, we can rebind all of our keys, and I suggest you do that immediately after downloading, or just use a controller. I mean, once I did a full rebind, a flight and combat felt much more intuitive. It was much better. Speaking of combat, let's talk about the sky karate you and your dragons will get up to. So all the dragons control relatively the same. Each beastie has 2 attacks, a fireball for range, and a constant fire breath for close quarters. Then each class has a class ability and then one of 2 special attacks you can choose from. The Marauder class has the Hunter's Mark for its class ability. For a short time, any enemy that you have locked on, your fireballs will have tracking, like instantly go to it. Now, they'll shoot out faster, but they're not as powerful, so that's a trade-off. It has 2 special attacks to choose from. One is Gust, which works like a shield, makes you unlockable for a little bit, and restore stamina based on any fireballs that you dodge while activated. And then Frostbolts is its secondary you can choose from. This replaces your dragon's fireballs for a short time, making them do heavy shield damage, and makes it a lot harder for your target to steer. Now the Windguard's class ability is Salvation Surge. You rush towards an ally you have in your sight, giving you both a temporary shield, a small heal, and reduces the fireball recharge time. Really great, but I wish it wasn't a lock-on. I wish it just shot you to your closest enemy. That'd be a lot better. And then the 2 that you could choose from are Blast, which you throw out a bomb and it sets out a shockwave once detonated. You can detonate it by hitting the same button you used to throw it, or once it hits the ground. And the other is the one that I see most often. It's a Smoke Trail. It releases a poisonous smoke trail behind you, which prevents enemies from targeting you and does damage to the dragons. This is a perfect way to deal with them tailgaters. Yeah, get it? And finally, we have the Phantom class. This is my class of choice. The Phantom class skill is Mystic Shroud. It makes you invisible for a short time, and if you choose to attack before the shroud is lifted, it gives your fireballs extra damage, like a sneak attack bonus. But, like in all games, once you attack while invisible, it cancels a spell. Then the 2 special attacks you can choose from are Blast, which is exactly the same as the Windguard, because it's the same spell, and Mine, which you throw out a proximity mine that sticks to the surface of something and explodes once the target's in range. Alright, let's talk about progression. Now, you level up like you do in most games. For Honor, example, is what comes to mind. As you level, you unlock different rewards. Most of the stuff is gold or armor. You got some dragon eggs, some dragon armor, titles, stuff like that. Even the gems you can use in the cash shop. We'll be talking about the cash shop in a minute. But all in all, it looks like we've got set up for 100 levels. And, I mean, it should keep you playing. I love feeling like I'm progressing. I know a lot of people do too, so this will keep people playing. All in all, the game's been pretty fun. But what I'm worried about is this could become one of those pay-to-win gacha games. The fact that we're in open beta and the cash shop's already up and running tells me a great deal about the reasoning behind the game. However, it's free to download, free to play, so I guess they have to make their money somewhere. I just kind of expect all future content like next classes or the best skins to be locked behind a paywall. Well, family, what do you guys think? Have you played the open beta? Are you looking forward to the launch next month? Let me know in the comments below. If the Valkyries don't take me tonight, I will see you tomorrow in the next episode. You guys drink one for me and I'll drink one for you. Take it easy, family, and happy riding.